Amigos, I am thrilled to show this plugin, and because this is the very first giveaway at the School of Motion Graphics, we're going to give away one free license of the RTFX plugin for After Effects, which is amazing. I've been using it for my projects for clients, and it's to give a cartoon or anime effect, different stock footage on top of your footage. There's speed lines, there's electricity, there's energy, there's fire, there's smoke, you have transitions, you have sound effects, and much more. So I'm gonna give you a quick overview in this video tutorial, and I'm gonna show you how to use some of them. For example, the Bruce Lee that you're just watching right now. I'm going to select one lucky winner, and to qualify you need to do 3 things. Very easy. Number 1, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell notification to stay up to date. Number 2, like this video, and number 3, comment on this video, and I'm gonna go live and select one lucky winner that's gonna win this amazing plugin. And remember to follow me on Instagram, and if you do any work based on any of my tutorials, please tag me. I love to see your work and showcase it to other people and this YouTube channel and on Instagram. And remember, amigos, that life is truly a gift, so make it count. There's 2 basic ways that you can use a plugin. Number 1, they provide pre-rendered animation that you can use in your favorite editing software. And the second one is you can use a plugin that will work inside of After Effects, where you can customize the colors and a bunch of other different parameters. So here we're in Premiere. We're going to show you this one, the pre-rendered animation, and I play it back to you. This is the clip. This is another one, and just simple, we can just bring this here. This one is speed lines, right? And if I bring in this electricity, I can bring it on top, and there you go. You can see that it's on an alpha channel, and you can use it in Premiere or your favorite editing software. So let's switch over to After Effects and show you how the plugin works inside of After Effects. Now, the advantage of using it inside of After Effects is because you can change the colors, you can change the amount of glow, you can change these lines, you know, how much of these lines do you want. So there's more control if you use the plugin inside of After Effects. So let's go give you a quick overview first of the plugin, and then we'll use some of these elements inside of this Bruce Lee video. Okay, so let's go over. Let me make this big so you can see it. And the plugin is divided into 7 different categories. The FX elements is number 1. This is probably perhaps where you'll use most of the times. And these are just cartoon elements, which is pretty cool. They have brush. I haven't really used the brush yet. They got comic ones for like comic book style. I really like the electricity. The electricity I've been using a lot. They have a lot of great animation for electricity. You can see here. Energy is great as well, and they got great stuff for energy. This is a favorite of mine. Let's go see what else. Yeah, they got really great stuff for energy. And explosions, they got nice explosions as well. They have fire, great fire. And let's see what else. They have liquid. They actually have cool liquids. I haven't used a liquid yet, but it's pretty cool. They got smoke. And they have sparks. Sparks is pretty cool too, and I've used a lot of sparks. Now, if you see one that you like, for example, let's say you like this one. You see this little star, you can mark the star, and that pretty much just makes it a favorite. And if you go here, you can see all of your favorite ones. So it's a quick way to just favorite your favorite ones, and you can quickly access these. Okay, let's go back to the category. So that's the category of FX elements, and most of the times you'll be here. They also have transitions, which is pretty cool. You can see the little preview. They have a lot of transitions, and I'm not going to go over transitions in this tutorial, but definitely check it out. It's a lot of cool transitions that they have. The next category is typography, and typography is basically they have title cards that you can use, different title cards, and you can also do very simple logo animations. Another one is they have a whole assortment of different backgrounds. For example, I've used this background. This is a pretty cool other background. These just speed lines, cartoon lines, anime style. So all of these I've been using in my projects. It's really cool. They got foregrounds as well. Foreground elements that you can put on top of your footage. They have more speed lines. They also have sound effects, which is pretty cool. But the sound effects is in a folder in Windows Explorer, and I just take those and I just use them in Premiere. So I don't really use them in After Effects. It's a lot easier to just take them, import them into Premiere, but they do have them, and there are pretty good sound effects. So definitely check out the sound effects. And the last one is tools. In tools, you can do cool things. Some of the tools are based on alpha, and some of them are based on mask. Let me see if I can drill down so you can see tools. So these are your alpha-based tools like electricity. You can use some distortion tools, mesh warp, puppet tools. You can loop them. And let me see if I can go down. There you go, mask-based. And you can create tools such as the scribble effect. Let's see if you can check it out. There you go. And we'll use some of these in this example. So let's go over and let me show you how it works. So for this Bruce Lee, let's see, he throws a guy, and right here, before this guy comes in, we'll have some energy come up here, and then we'll have light coming out of him to give him all that strength to just push that guy over. So let's go to category number 1, FX elements. We'll go to, let's see, energy, and let's go to electricity, and we'll use this one. So all you need to do is just double click, and it'll load it up. When you load it up for the first time, it may take a while, so just have some patience. But once you load that subcategory, everything should be working pretty quick. So now we have this footage, and like I mentioned, there's different things that we can modify. Number one is if we select it and hit U to reveal all the keyframes, you can see that they have a time remap. And this means that you can slow it down and you can make it a lot faster. So all you need to do to make it faster, just select this keyframe and just drag it closer to the other keyframe and you make it faster. If you want to slow it down, just drag it this way and just let's extend this clip and you just slow down the clip. So you can readjust the speed of this. And if you want to change the colors, all we need to do is double click on this pre-comp. And let's go to control, let's go to effect, and here you can change the colors. Let me change this to full so you can see better quality. We can change the colors. Let's give it this color. And there's different, you can change the glow radius. Let's make it half. And maybe the intensity, we can make it less intense. So you have different parameters that you can change. Let's go back and let's place this. So let me zoom out. I'm gonna move this. Scale it down, S for scale. And one thing that I like to do is add a blending mode. For example, we can add the add blending mode, which kind of helps out. Just really helps blend it in. And this one, maybe let's make it a little bit more orange. Let's go back. There you go. And then we can make it, let's see, we can bring it in closer so it starts right about here. Perfect. That looks really good. Now let's go to one of my favorite ones and let's use this one. And let's double click and it's right here. Let's see, right after this, let's move it. And let's see, let's double click to change the color. We can always change the color. Let's make it this color. And like I mentioned, you have different properties. You have the glow radius, the intensity. You have some motion blur if you want to add some motion blur. So you have different options. So let's leave this and let's go back. Now, they're using the collapse transformation on this pre-comp, which means that you can scale it up as big as you want and you won't lose any resolution, which is really cool. Now, you can't use a blending mode. If you want to use a blending mode, you have to take out the collapse transformation, which pretty much will rasterize this pre-comp. But it's all right because the size is perfect. And now that we took out the collapse transformation, we can add a blending mode. For example, let's choose add again, which makes it really nice. And let's just move it over here and let's check it out. And you can see that it's a little high, so we can just bring it down about here. So this is what it looks. Nice. So that looks pretty good. And then when he kicks this guy, we can add some smoke or whatever. But let me show you some other cool stuff that you can do with the plugin. Now, after he knocks these two guys out, what you can do is I'm gonna right here at 6 seconds, I'm gonna go to the footage. I'm gonna rename it and I'm gonna splice this layer. Control Shift D to splice it. Okay, so now I have 2 clips. And in this one I'm gonna do some rotoscoping. Now there's different ways to do rotoscoping. You can rotoscope with a pen tool and you can add keyframes for the mask. Another method is using the rotor brush to cut the layer out. And I do have a tutorial using the rotor brush, so I'm not gonna go over in this one. So check it out. I'll put a link in the description. Now, what I'm gonna do is just very easy for this one. I'm just gonna cut them out with a pen tool. So let me zoom in and I'm gonna speed this up as I'm cutting him out. Okay, here it is, Bruce Lee cut out. And it's a simple cutout, but once you cut them out, there's different things you can do with RTFX. And let's go to the tools. Let's go to the last category. Let's go to the last one, tools. And in tools, we can use this one called alpha based. And we're gonna use this one called electricity, which is really cool. So make sure that you have selected and let's double click on electricity. And it adds this electricity around him. So let's go back, and what I'm actually gonna do is, let me extend this clip to 512. So this one actually works well because he doesn't really move a lot. If the person that you're using moves a lot, you're definitely going to have to rotoscope to use this method. But like I mentioned, this one, Bruce Lee is not moving a lot, so we can get away with just one simple mask. So if your person doesn't move a lot, you can probably get away with this method. Just do one single mask. But if he's moving a lot and you want to use this tool right here, definitely rotoscoping is a way to go, and then just apply it. But that looks pretty cool. And like I mentioned, you have the plugin allows you to do different things. We can change the color. We can change it to, let's see, a red color. And we can do shimmer on and off. Let's see this. And you can also do some simple blotter media, light glowing animation with this tool as well. Just be very creative. You can adjust the width of this, make it thicker if you want. You can make it really thick. Let's make it 7. And the displacement amount, you can change it, the size. So they give you a lot of different parameters, which is really cool. Let me show you one other technique. Let's say, for example, you used the method of rotoscoping with a rotor brush. So in that case, if you rotoed this out, this is what you would do. So let me bring in the work area to here. I'm going to hit B as in boy. So this is going to be my work area. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is make a copy. And I'm going to delete, select all the effects. Just make sure you select all of them and hit delete. So we have this footage. And right now it's a mask. Like I mentioned, it's a mask. But let's pretend this is something that we rotoscoped out. And what we're going to do is go to Layer, Auto Trace. And we're going to select Work Area. We're going to select Alpha. And you can leave these numbers by default. And we're going to apply to the new layer. And what it's going to do is it's going to create this solid layer with a mask. Now, like I mentioned, this is redundant for this process because it's already a mask. But in the case that you did rotoscope and he's moving a lot, we can use this method of auto trace. Okay, so what I'm going to do is delete this footage. We don't need this one. Let's bring this footage here. And let me trim right here. And let me hit M for mask and let's check it out. Perfect. And this one, let's call this Roto Scribble. The one with electricity line, let's call it Roto Electricity. Okay, so once we have this mask, like I mentioned, Bruce Lee is not moving a lot, so we can get away with this. Another cool effect that they have is a scribble. And let's go to the tools. They have this one called mask based, and they have this one scribble. So what I'm going to do is double click to apply it, and I'm going to hit U to see the keyframes. There's keyframes for the mask opacity, so I'm going to delete that. We don't need that. And here are the keyframes. So I'm going to select the keyframes and just move it over. And there's this scribble effect that's pretty cool. And you also have an option, for example, the scribble. You have the option to take out the stroke, which is cool. We can change the direction of the scribble. We can change the size. And we can change the spacing. And if you want to make it glow, all you need to do is add stylized glow. And let's make it 0.33 for the threshold, the radius, and the intensity. Let's change the glow colors to A and B colors. And in here, we can just change the colors. And let's check it out. So that is some of the tools that are in this RTFX. It's really fun. I've had lots of fun creating, just experimenting with this. So have some fun, amigos.